How's it going, everybody? My cup of tea here, back with a reaction video. And we're here to return to watching some more Warhammer videos. Yay, yay. Now, in the last couple of weeks, we've been watching some Warhammer videos on the Space Marines, like how they were formed and their recruitment process, which is pretty difficult. Them trials are insane. Always to the death, it seems. But we haven't really dived into what the legions are in the Space Marines, like each legion. So that's what we're gonna do today. Because today we're here to watch every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion in a nutshell. And this was requested by Josh Thompson. Bam, shout out to you, Josh Thompson. Shouts out to you. Thank you for the request, because I didn't know more about the Space Marines. I only know about their lore, like how they were made. I didn't know what they do, like what each faction does. I only heard snippets from some previous videos, like what some of them do. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. So I ran out of honey buns, need to go buy some more. But I have an orange instead I'm gonna be eating, and some juice as well. So, gotta keep the dynamic going. But yeah, let's start this.
To the people on the internet,
that's me.
The time has come. The reckoning begins. Your boy
let's begin it.
Got himself
a shoot, Shaker Cup. I think it was over a year ago, I think this video was made.
After many months,
I don't know what that is.
Killing gamer subs like mad. My favorite thing to do. We have ourselves a goddamn Shaker Cup. It's here, the official Bricky Waifu Shaker Cup. Do you see the gal on here? If
I do see the gal.
Focusing, I'm sure there'll be a thing in the background. Skater, put a thing in the background. Long white hair, absolutely. A bit more toned, abs, obviously.
Gotta have the abs definition.
Legally distinct mark on the face, of course. She wants you to do the diddle thing, maybe, but most likely to serve in a glorious army. Legally distinct.
I see.
I think so. The Bricky Shaker Cup is available now.
Well, I don't think it's available now, this year.
But if you're
it's definitely not available now.
What should I put in this? Well, how about my top 10 favorite gamer subs flavors from number 1 to number 10? All of them.
Ooh, cherry lime sugar. That sounds pretty good.
Regardless, and an addendum for those that are caffeine free. This Shaker Cup is available now in the description of this video. You may use code Bricky as well.
Well, hey, if he's still selling these things, go get some
on your order.
Get some cups.
Massive
some waifu cups
of profits goes to yours truly, and a huge thank you to gamer subs for sponsoring.
Let's go, gamer subs. Let's go, Bricky.
This beautiful cup. Go out there and get it. I'm gonna take one more sip for the camera, slow it down, throw some sexy music in there.
All right, throw that sexy music in there. Look at him. Look how he drinks that cup. Look at it. The high definition, the high quality.
Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently stuck in the walls of the most prodigious school in the Imperium by punishment for falling asleep during class.
Oh, how dare you? That's
God bless the skull of Ingenium. Many of you have come across my Every Faction Explained video. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we are here to dig a little deeper. Space Marines are the quintessential poster boys of Warhammer 40,000.
New game coming
out.
out.
40K, they think Space Marines, but there are many types of Space Marines.
I didn't know about these types.
From 20 separate legions. We are going to rattle them off in order and give you a quick rundown of each one. A disclaimer, like in my Every Faction Explained video, this is a mix of accuracy and memes. If I say the Salamanders Legion specializes in hugging children and petting puppies, they aren't exactly doing that, mostly.
Okay.
I would like to pet this creature. But you can infer that they care about civilians and are a bit kinder than the average Space Marine. A Space Marine
like that here. We like that here.
A genetically modified super soldier that's had 1,000,000 new and terrifying organs shoved into them.
Yeah, we saw how they're made.
Their bodies, and are so far above the average human that they are referred to as demigods instead. Each Space Marine has a father, unlike you, a Primarch, which is basically an even bigger Space Marine that was forged in a lab by the God Emperor of mankind, that gigantic golden dude you see everywhere, who is both the leader and now the martyr of humanity. The Primarchs are his 20 sons, built in a lab, who lead 20 legions of Space Marines, or their sons, not from a lab, but rather a dissection table, giving them the powers and skills of their associated Primarch via a gene seed, a special organ carrying the genetic makeup.
Yeah, we know all about this. We know about this.
And, their seed. So if Jagatai Khan of the White Scars has the genetic makeup that wants him to go really fast, then his sons, the Space Marines, Also want to go really
All right.
I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. If you're interested in sub-factions like, let's say, the Black Templars, then it's not going to be here. However, I do have a excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's probably the most accurate one I can think of. It goes through the whole lore, everything about them. It's a very long video, and I'll put it in the description. Just look up Black Templar video in the description. You'll get what you need. And now, with the easy explanation out of the way, let us begin with our first Legion.
Yeah, we know about the gene transplant. Like, to become a Space Marine, like, millions die. Like, a lot of people perish in order to be a Space Marine. Like, the rigorous trials, the modifying your body. Some people don't even make it past the trial stage. And then when you get to your whole body, like, oh, this man's not suitable for the genes. Oh, well, he dies. Who cares? Yeah, like 1 million people go through the trials, but like maybe like 1,000 go finish it or complete it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And there's more trials after you get the genes. There's more trials to go through. Dark Angels. All right.
Dark Angels. Allegiance, loyal.
Oh, you're not loyal? Okay.
Ryan L. Johnson, a duelist, a knight. A real asshole, I'm not gonna lie. The single word descriptor, paranoid. The Dark Angels are our first legion, hailing from the death world known as Caliban. Their Primarch, Lion L. Johnson, is what happens when you try to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are few situations
what has he done that makes him a dick?
And few fights he isn't ready to lead head on. This makes the Dark Angels have a very Knights of the Round Table vibe. They look like the knights of old with these large suits of power armor, often donning robes and hoods. Their names also follow this. They have like Ezekiel, Azrael, Belial, Samuel, and so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen?
Wait, hold on, let me make sure I got that right.
And so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen? What Fallen?
Oh yeah, like, nah.
Fallen.
There's no Fallen here.
We're gonna take
destroy them
and mind probe you to make sure you have never heard of the Fallen. They don't exist. And if they do exist, which they don't, we will find them even though they don't exist. They love their interrogations. They thrive.
Oh gosh.
Lionel Johnson is a scorched earth policy sometimes, and it's given to his sons in force, which makes sense considering that when the Lion heard of a Chaos Primarch on a homeworld different Primarch, whose mom was there, he was like, let's nuke it. The Dark Angels are
he said straight to it.
They formulate themselves into 3 different factions. The Deathwing Terminators, slow-moving, tough phalanx. The Raven Wing, fast jet bikes and flyers. And the Green Wing, which is your standard Marines. They are a jack of all trades, but not in the sense where they're good at everything, but rather they have a lot of things that are good at specific things. Like instead of 20 people that have a multi-tool, they instead have 20 people with gigantic power tools for every job imaginable. If you like being suspicious about everyone and everything in your surroundings, but you also like to have a whole lot of deep knight type lore, run the Dark Angels.
That's not for me. That's not for me.
The One Piece is real.
Our second Legion is a special one.
What's going on here? That sounds. Oh, Dark? Yo, hey, yo, chill. Wait, no. I need context on the second Legion right there. Wait, maybe there wasn't like any information. Maybe just like maybe this is one of the 2 legions that had like no information on it.
The One Piece is real.
Our second Legion is a special one.
My God, it's just brutal over here.
If you can see,
what do they do?
Numbers will go to 11.
The Emperor's Children. Allegiance.
Emperor's Children. All right.
Primarch. Fulgrim, a perfectionist, an artist, a sneaky snake, and the single word descriptor, perfection. The Emperor's Children are all about the pursuit of perfection. Perfection in all they do. Perfection in war, in artistry, and perfection in every other aspect of life. Their armor is a gleaming pink, purple, and gold. Their ships have spires of gorgeous marble and gold statues in their honor. Fulgrim is a man who believes the pursuit of perfection
name sounds so familiar, Fulgrim.
And I mean, look at him. Can you truly tell me that he is not perfect? The hair, the features. As Primarchs go, he is the one you look at, and if 40K had a guy that would give you the best sex you've ever had and never call you back, this is the fucking guy.
Thank you for the information.
Pursuit of decadence led them to the evils of chaos. Yes,
no.
Emperor's Children are our first Chaos Legion, and not just a normal one devoted to, you guessed it, Slaanesh, the prince of pleasure, god of unspeakable excess. The Emperor's Children in their pursuit are now horrifyingly mutated beings through Slaanesh's great will. They torture and maim to feel perfection through pain. They screech and attack with sonic weaponry for perfection through sound, and they slaughter, aiming for perfection in war. Fulgrim himself lost the battle against Slaanesh as a demon sword corrupted his mind and transformed him into the sexy man he was, into the sexy snake he is now. A demon Primarch, corrupted and bringing his legion's will by himself. As far as Emperor's Children go, they are some bad people. They do horrible things to anyone and everything. In fact, they're such trolls that their battle cry is for the Emperor, despite being horribly mutated.
Wow, that's
if you've ever taken a little too much of a drug,
trolling type behavior,
maybe the music at the concert was too loud and you didn't bring any earplugs, or whatever the reason, you just take all those things and you dial it and you dial it and you twist it and the knob breaks, and that is the Emperor's Children.
Oh, they're the trolls. They're like the trolls of the group of the legions, like the Chaos Legions over there. Follow the Emperor. Wait, you don't even like the Emperor anymore. I know, but we want to be annoying to you guys. First Chaos person or first Legion corrupted, basic Chaos Legion. All right. Iron Warriors. What do they do? They look like standard people, standard Space Marines.
The Iron Warriors. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Perturabo, a
another
warlord,
traitor. All right.
a siege smith, an incel. Single word descriptor,
not an incel.
Siege. Continuing the trend of our Chaos Legions, we have the Iron Warriors led by Primarch Perturabo of Olympia. To understand the Iron Warriors, though,
one must
first understand Perturabo. A man so bitter, coffee beans run for light. A man who hates the world and everyone in it, who never got recognition for his deeds, who hates his brothers and hates their accomplishments even more.
Oh, he's jealous.
So laughably petty, so incredibly bitter that he goes full circle to becoming likable. Why? Because he's competent. The Horus heresy. We didn't talk about the Horus heresy. Intermission.
I know about it. Oh, okay. Intermission time.
Horus was the Emperor's favorite son, right? You know, so the Emperor walked into his room. Horus said, Dad, I just gifted 150 subs to Amaranth, and she said my name a ton, and she loved me for it. I really think that I might get to meet her one day. And it kind of played out something like this.
Your feelings for her are not real. They are real to me!
And then it started playing out a little bit more like this.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars
Yep, just war. Civil war over here.
So it takes the last drop of my blood.
This from a game cutscene? Or...
So Iron Warriors, the Horus
Iron Warriors, let's go.
have gotten shit done without Peter Turbo. Imagine an entire faction that is the personification of brutal industrialism, where you serve the Legion until your dying breath. You build and you kill and you siege and you kill and you literally summon demons just to take them and trap them in machines and use them as cannon fodder. This is a thing they do. They summon demons to trap and use as shock troops. The Iron Warriors are siege warfare incarnate.
They are really smart when it comes to siege.
Tanks. They are turrets, and they don't die. They hate Imperial.
They don't die.
They hate Imperial fists.
Do you need a pacifier, Iron Baby? No, I don't.
They are bitter incarnate. Perturabo and the Iron Warriors don't serve the Chaos Gods because they like them. They serve them because fuck you.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Not another.
So really, because of them, because they like the Fourth Legion. I already forgot the Iron Guard. Iron Guard. The Fourth Legion, basically because they were able to trap the demons and use them as like fuel for their powers, they were able to like do like more damage than the Horus Heresy. It was like actually like a competitive battle, I guess you can say. But that's pretty petty. Because you felt some type of way, you joined the enemy side just because, you know what, F you guys. You know, F you guys. I don't like you.
Speeding ticket. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think they're gonna accept gotta go fast as a medical condition.
We got speed over here.
Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Jagatai Khan, a speed demon, a plain strider, a roast god. Single word descriptor, speed, hailing from Chagorus. The
Makes
White
sense.
Scars are all about speed. They love melee, but they love it even more when they are doing it from a motorcycle or land speeder, or
The
honestly
accurate
just
poster.
running really damn fast. The White Scars are honestly forgotten about a lot, and that's lore accurate. They are a legion that doesn't seek the recognition or glory from the combat they engage in. They engage in it because it is their duty and because they love it. Not in the insane slaughter enjoyment of loving it, but in the thrill of the fight. They are known as the laughing killers because they ride into battle with a smile on their face and a chuckle in their throat.
That's good. That's
As you
good.
can tell by their Primarch's name, they are Mongolian based.
Yeah,
Remove
they look like
horses
it.
and replace them with motorcycles and land spears, and that's your style. They are heavily based on the old times of Genghis Khan, and you consider this is 40k and everybody's evil. You know, that fits. The White Scars are actually physical scars on their body, going back to their heritage on Chagorus. The Khan himself is kind of a dickhead, but a reasonable one. He thinks ahead, he's intelligent, he's patient. He is often underestimated because he doesn't scream his accomplishments from the rooftops.
Likes to
This
be
is what
humble.
makes him and the White Scars dangerous. His skills are kept at bay, only
you
to
like
be
that.
truly
You
shown
like
when the
that, yeah.
time
You
is
know what
needed.
the
White
enemy can
Scars
do.
are a forgotten legion often, but that doesn't diminish their accomplishments. All it does is surprise those who underestimate them. Speed, awesome Mongolian vibe they got going on. And if you really like to stab people, that's the White Scars for you. Shameless
that.
thirst break.
Woof, 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 woof. Woof, bitch.
The Space
Wolves.
Wolves. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Leman Russ. A
Nice.
Viking, a Savage, the
Oh,
Undertaker.
Hey.
Single word descriptor. Wolf, 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 wolf. There's so many goddamn wolf
Gotcha.
units. Skater, how many units in the Space Wolves Codex have the word wolf in their name? The
No, only
Space
13.
Wolves are the 6th Legion
that
and
bad.
hail from Fenris, a frozen wasteland of a world with their Primarch, Leman Russ. I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time talking about the Space Wolves because it's very obvious who they are. They are the second most obvious what their shtick is.
Yeah, wolves.
Legion in the 20
They
legions.
ride on wolves.
besides
They use
the world
wolves.
leaders. When you look at the Space Wolves behind, what do you see? Do you see Vikings in space? You've done it. Congratulations.
Good job, guys.
You
We did
have
it.
found Vikings in space. But they have as much in common with a regular Marine as an all-day Viking with like a Roman soldier. You see, as a Space Marine, your body is so enhanced that you filter out poison, and so
Right,
you can't get
yeah.
drunk. The Space Wolves distill a special mead out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human so they could get drunk. They have
Yeah, I think someone mentioned it in my comments about that, what he just mentioned. Yeah. Was it or was it in the video? One of the two. But yeah, that's like, we trying to get drunk. We're going to get drunk. We're going to find some way to get drunk, even though we can't get drunk.
fangs out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human so they could get drunk. They have fangs in their mouths. They sometimes cannibalize their enemies.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they eat people because they gain knowledge about
Yeah,
them
yeah,
from
one of
there
the
and about battle
things
plans.
implanted in
The
them,
Space
yeah.
Wolves are savages. They're raiders. They're Vikings. But
They're
despite
Vikings.
all of this, they are loyal to
We
their
like that.
core.
We like
Leman
that.
Russ is an egotistical guy who just shouts stories and tales of his accomplishments everywhere they can.
So the
But at
opposite
the
of
same
the
time,
White
he was
Scars.
so damn loyal that instead of gunning down his foes, he hit him with a fucking
Oh,
backbreaker
why?
to show his devotion to wrestling. And you know what? Vikings in
Choke slam.
space, you found it. Play the Vikings in space.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no
Imperial
choice.
Fist. I heard about this one, right? A little
Build
bit.
that wall. Build that wall. Build that
Not the
wall.
Donald.
The Imperial Fists. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Rogel Dorn. A
Rogel Dorn.
builder
I'm not gonna remember
of
these names.
phalanx
I'm
and
not.
needs a hand. Single word descriptor. Fortify. The Imperial Fists are led by Primarch Rogel Dorn, their homeworld of Inuit. However, they themselves are actually a fleet-based chapter, with their main source of recruitment coming from an enormous moon-sized ship called the Phalanx. The Fists are a chapter you think of when you think of duty. They love to serve. The
Okay.
love to
Very,
serve
very
and
loyal.
the inability to be moved. Rogel Dorn is an architect, a master builder, and basically a rock in brain and body. A lack of humor or ability to lie shows that he is as blunt as the weapons of war he creates. Not the swords he makes, but like blunt, strong weapons.
very straight to the
fists
point.
Are the same.
Can't
Take
be
your
moved.
archetypical
Gotcha.
American Marine style look, a buzz cut, a hard sense of duty, and then throw in some power armor and a love for building defenses, and you have the Imperial fists. They are immovable. When you find a spot, they're ready to defend. You can't breach them. Their knowledge of defensive warfare is paramount.
So very
Without
defensive
them,
group,
the Horus
or
Heresy
Legion.
would have been so much more effective, but thanks to their insane and immovable tenacity, the Imperium lives today.
So they were
And
key
let's
part
not
two.
forget
Key part
that
two.
Iron Warrior and Imperial Fist rivalry. Want to know why the Iron Warriors are so bitter? These guys are the reason why.
Guys, bring the thing! Where is he going?
What is that? Is that a tank? Oh. What is that? I don't know what that is.
Hey! Hey, that could have killed me! Hey, guys! We missed! Get another!
Dorn and Perturabo.
Get on that. So yeah, the Iron Warriors was that. I think that's the Legion that had that petty guy who like went to the Chaos side because he was just that petty. It kind of is funny how it makes sense that the Iron Warriors versus the Imperial Fist, is that their names? The Legion we're looking at right now. It's funny how they have a rivalry because one likes to siege and one likes to defend, which is kind of great. It's great.
Hey, guys! We missed! Get
another
Dorn
one.
and Perturabo are basically two sides of the same coin. One is just a bit more level-headed and got better jobs. If you want to be defensive, to be good at everything Space Marines are good at, bolters, heavy weapons, vehicles, you want a classic military fighting force, start fisting.
I am
Start
having a very
fisting.
bad day. This today is one of the worst days.
Oh boy.
About
Oh boy,
Stephen A.
here we go.
Smith.
The Night Lords.
The Night Lords, okay.
Heretic. Primarch Conrad Kurz, a sadist, a vigilante, Depresso Espresso. Single
not
word,
Depresso Espresso.
fear. The Night Lords are my favorite legion, hailing from Nostromo and their
R.I.P.
Primarch
Nostromo.
Conrad Kurz. They are a
Conrad
traitor
Kurz.
legion from a planet known as the Sunless World or the World of Endless Night. Nostromo is a horrible hive city that is known for being host to some of the worst gang violence, murder, and working conditions around.
Wait, what did I say in the bottom? Still, I know this is necro. Oh, eat my. Okay, maybe we shouldn't pause there anymore.
Is known world or the world of endless night. Nostromo is a horrible hive city that is known for being host to some of the worst gang violence, murder, and working conditions around. The only thing keeping the population in check is the suicide rate. The Night Lords followed in the footsteps
Wasn't
of
ready
their
for that part.
Primarch, a man who believed in a twisted sense of justice and that the only way to make humans compliant is through fear. The Legion's lesson has been lost on them as their ranks were repopulated by gang members, murderers, arsonists, torturers, and other words I can't say on YouTube as young as 12 years old. Murderers before they were even teenagers, raised to become demigods. Now, fear is what they sow and flesh is what they reap. The Night Lords are scum. They are the exact
They look like
opposite
it. They
of
look-
all other legions.
They look cool, though.
Torture and they maim and they flay because
Flay?
they think it's fun. They
Fun?
run away often so they can come back and kill you with more numbers. They prey on the innocent and the weak. They kill normal civilians
How are they
because
legions?
it's easy and flee any battle where they don't possess overwhelming odds. They are the antithesis
they have no honor.
of normal Space Marines.
No,
They
no,
are
no.
scum. One time, a world did not comply to their demands, so they raided one of their ships and brought it into atmosphere. The crowds cheered and clapped as it appears that they had won the battle, and the airlocks opened and the skinned and flayed bodies of the crew were thrown down in the populace. In other words,
I hate you for that.
legion of
Why?
gangers
I
and
know why,
criminals.
'cause it's
Add
fun to them.
together a heavy Slavic influence to them, and you've got my favorite faction.
That's your favorite faction, Bricky? You need help. I'm just kidding. That's crazy. Okay, they are the worst ones so far. The legions. What was it? What were they called? Hold on. The Night Lords. Okay, Night Lords. Look, nah, yeah, that even sounds like a horrible name. Not horrible name, but like a evil name. The Night Lords. All
To
right,
them,
we're back. We're back. Well, after this dance
you've got
break,
my
I guess.
favorite faction.
You have not
Now we're
done the
back.
dishes for 5 years. So embarrassed when people come over here.
Blood Angels. I heard about this one.
Kill them! Vampires don't do dishes.
The Blood Angels. Allegiance, loyal. Primarch, sanguineous. An
Nice.
angel, a vampire, a dead-ass motherfucker.
Oh.
Single word descriptor, Blood. The Blood
yeah.
Angels are 9th Legion, hailing from the homeworld of Baal.
Did
with
it blow
their
up?
Primarch,
Oh, it didn't. I thank God.
Sanguinius. The Blood Angels are a tragic tale with one of the best Primarchs, one beloved by almost everybody, a genuine angelic figure who led his people to glory, killed by the hands of the traitor Horus before the Emperor's eyes.
Darn you,
the
Horus.
death of their Primarch led the entire Legion to madness as their gene seed malfunctioned and created something known as the Black Rage. The Blood Angels degrade over time, experiencing something called the Red Thirst, which gives them a genuine vampiric thirst for blood. As their minds degrade and break down, they get angrier and angrier, becoming berserk killing machines with no other goal than to tear everything in sight apart.
Everything?
But they don't see it as that. They see themselves there, at their Primarch's demise, with Horus in sight.
Oh,
and
God.
to them, it's time for vengeance. That
Naruto
Space
music?
Marine over there, that Chaos Space Marine, that's Horus. Kill him.
that's Horus.
Boss over there,
That's Horus. Kill him.
Kill him. That Tyranid swarm, 1,000 Horuses. Horai. Kill them all. Did your toast come out a little bit burnt? Horus sabotaged your toaster. Destroy the toaster.
Destroy the toaster.
Do it. Kill your toaster. Do it. This slow, debilitating disease takes over the Blood Angels, and it gives them this angelic, vampire, and Catholic-inspired imagery. They have chalices of blood. They rest in coffins and can even use psychic powers to sprout angel wings from their bodies.
So they're basically turning to
Through
vampires.
and the only
That's
thing
tragic.
that will look more tragic are the mangled bodies of those they come in contact with.
I got a diesel engine, and honey, we forgot to
That's
mention,
tragic.
we're gonna take your job away.
The Iron Hands.
You got Iron Hands and Iron
Allegiance,
Fist, or Imperial
Loyalists.
Fist. Okay.
Primarch, Ferris Manus, a machinist, an inventor, and not a great head on his shoulders.
I guess he got decapitated.
Single word, Bionics.
Ah!
The Iron Hands are from the home planet of Medusa and their Primarch, Ferris Manus. Does Ferris Manus have an Iron Hand?
No.
You fucking know he's
Oh, he
got
does?
an
Oh, I
Iron
didn't- I
Hand.
wasn't sure.
The Iron Hands believe that the flesh is weakness. But despite all of their enhancements, despite all the things that made them demigods, replacing some of the flesh with bionics will allow them to serve the Emperor more. They go hard
I feel
into
it.
vehicles
I feel it.
and dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts being
The
giant
big ones,
walking
yeah.
sarcophagi that have wounded space marines piloting them from the inside. Vehicles, metal
they use the
upgrades.
dreadnoughts. Gotcha.
These are the things that make up this legion. Their tech marines have servo arms sticking out from all directions. They have a wide array of mechanics and extremely often replace limbs with metal ones, serving all kinds of different functions to deal with their enemies.
Oh, they definitely
The Iron
have that
Hands are
this
also
mechanic is,
not
I feel.
particularly nice. They're kind of assholes. I mean,
Oh,
Marines are
no.
already normally pretty big
They are,
assholes,
yes.
but they're a little bit up there because of their flesh, civilians, the flesh,
they just
Because
hate
you see,
flesh.
The flesh is weak. Flesh is corrupt.
They're fleshy as-
Bionics.
they just-
The strength of the machine is pure and cannot so easily be corrupted. So if you want people who have this little techno fetishistic vibe to them, that love their vehicles and their walking coffins, hit up the Iron Hands.
I'm good.
Understand,
I
Commander.
respect. Oh,
I
11 Legion.
was never here.
Legion 11.
No footage from. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, so I was right. So I think it was the second Legion and the Legion 11. Those were the two that like got erased from the history books. I think like there's nothing. No one knows anything about it. Like even in the lore, I think you guys told me there's nothing known about these two legions. Like the two factions. Legions. Yeah, I had it right. All right, moving on. So I guess.
Why, hello there. I returned
hello.
from touching grass.
Oh,
I
gotta
know.
touch some grass every day.
I'm pretty
every
cool.
now and then.
With the grass touching. And now let's continue our Warhammer lecture.
Thank you.
Ruffles my jammies! Okay, so what's going on here?
Hey,
The World
TFS.
Leaders, Allegiance,
Alright, what'd I do? That's
Heretic,
yeah,
Primarch,
I knew it.
Angron, a butcher, a slaughterer,
Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad.
single word descriptor, anger. Hey,
Oh.
you. Yeah, you. Are you mad? Do you just fucking
sometimes.
hate everything?
I guess
you
I
just
do.
Murder everything in sight and get
Yeah.
rewarded for doing so? Then you should join the World Eaters. Home planet of Nuceria and Primarch Angron, who, if the name didn't suggest,
Angry.
is real fucking angry.
Wait, I know. Oh, sorry for pausing so soon. I know this one. Is this the guy who's like he took out pieces of his brain that didn't make him angry, so he can become more angry. Like he wants to be really angry, so he took out the pieces that did not make him angry in his brain. I'm like, hey yo, you're crazy. That's all you, buddy. I think that's the guy, right?
Angron, who, if the name didn't suggest, is real fucking angry. Angron was raised a slave, forced to fight in gladiator pits. When he refused, they shoved old world tech into his brain, so that if he ever felt any emotion other than anger, it caused him extreme pain. All his sons, wanting to be like their dad, also put a version of these nails in their brain. So now you have an entire legion who literally feel unimaginable pain if they are feeling any emotion other than anger. Slap them with a freight train of armor, 2 goddamn chainsaw axes, and you can see what's gonna happen.
2 chainsaw axes?
No wonder they're corrupted by corn. They're honestly a surprisingly sad legion that I actually screwed up in assuming that they were all just angry murderers. I mean, they are, but they didn't start out that way. Their corn corruption degraded their intelligence, their free will, and made powerful warriors into arguably even more powerful warriors, but blunt, like frothing at the mouth psycho warriors. The World Eaters, like I mentioned in the Space Wolves, they wear their concept on their sleeve. They are angry. They want to kill things. They want to kill you and maybe some of their friends, and that's the faction. They're red, they're mad, they're gonna run at you and cause death. If you like that, you play the World Eaters. Or you like it because they were, you know, at one point a lot better than that. Most of Warhammer was a lot better than that. I was once a lot better than that. That was when I was in college. I didn't finish college, and neither did Angron.
Okay. I was gonna say, why did they make them Space Marines? Like, why did they make that? Why did they make Angron a Legion? Because I wouldn't do that, because again, he's like, he can only feel angry. If he feels any other type of pain, I mean, if he feels any other type of emotion, he feels intense pain. I wouldn't make him a Legion because that would make him susceptible to becoming part of corn. Yeah, corn. I feel like that was a misplay on the humanity side, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a simple guy living a nice life in the good world. Unlike the Warhammer world, where everything is depressing and dark.
It is Aeon. Hail Caesar. It's not done by sunrise.
Ultramarines.
I'll cut your balls off.
The Ultramarines. Allegiance, Loyalists. Primarch, Rabute Gilliman. That's how
Hey,
it's
it's Gilliman. I know that guy.
A diplomat. A blueberry Boy Scout. Single word descriptor, duty. When you see Space Marines on a box or just Space Marines in promotional material, notice how they are always colored blue. These are the blue Space Marines. These ones here, the Ultramarines, who hail from the world of Macrog with their Primarch, Rabute Gorilla Man. Ultramarines are the white bread of Space Marines, the grilled chicken with salt and pepper. This is by no means an insult. They are just plain Jane, but that's also because they are so goddamn good at their job. Their skill for warfare is paramount, but so is their ability for leadership. Gilliman for a while was a damn boring Primarch for all the reasons he was great, because no matter how hard you try, you don't win a war without logistics, without supply lines, without trade routes, without infrastructure think about all the extra economy. Stuff. You don't win anything without all that stuff, and Gilliman knows it, which is why he has one of the largest standing empires in the Imperium, named Ultramar, which is why his sons are the most recognizable of all the Space Marines, which is why the only thing that rivals the weight of their victories is the weight of their egos. They are good at everything and bad at nothing. They are great at everything. Other legions can do other things better than them, but they are good at everything. The most interesting thing about the Ultramarines is their characters, and they are all now inflicted various amounts of ultra depression for many reasons. Gilliman is, at the time of recording, the only playable Primarch currently on the tabletop, and the only one that has returned to the 41st millennium for the Loyalist side. He took one look at what his empires become and immediately wanted to fucking die. Being forced to lead everything he once hated, an Imperium rotten to its core with his sole responsibility to save it, is kind of what makes him interesting. They are a perfectly standard legion with perfectly standard ideals, and great if you want a simple, clean slate.
Uh-oh, stinky, funny poop, poop funny.
What?
Woo!
The Death Guard.
What?
Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Mortarian. A Reaper, a Poison, an ungodly stench. Single word descriptor, rot. The
Yep,
Death
definitely
Guard
Nurgle.
hail from
Definitely Nurgle.
Barbaros, with the Primarch more.
So many planets blowing up there,
The
bro.
Legion were known for their incredible resilience to damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Where the Imperial fists were defensive thanks to tactics and posturing, the Death Guard were resilient because they could take a punch or a gut shot or a cannon to the
Dear
chest and just keep
Very
on moving.
sturdy.
They are
Very sturdy.
slow, yet they are resistant, which was
The
only
Juggernauts.
confounded as a Death Guard captain. Typhus, codename Dickhead, sold them out to Nurgle, god of rot and decay. Now, the Death Guard are a Nurgle-worshipping infected legion whose ability to feel pain and take damage has all but just gone away. They wade through gunfire, able to kill normal Marines 10 times over and continue unharmed, all while spreading rot and disease in the name of their dark, very stinky master.
That sounds hard to beat right there.
Enter, plague spreads. People get sick and they die. They spread debilitating disease to all around them. Why would a legion need to be anything more than very tanky when their enemies are falling over, puking, firing out of both ends, and having their skin peel off just by their presence? Entire worlds infested with zombie rot, swarms of insects that eat flesh and metal alike, all while the legion advances slowly, painfully, allowing the disease they spread to take its toll before they reap the lives they believe belong to them. And look at Mortarian's model, dude. The man is baller as fuck. A gigantic moth with a gigantic scythe. Come on now. The Death Guard.
The Death Guard. They are balling. Oh.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
The Thousand Sons. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Magnus the Red. A scholar, a sorcerer, a fucking nerd. Single descriptor,
nerd, boo.
Magic. The Thousand Sons hail from their homeworld of Prospero, with their Primarch Magnus the Red. The final of our 4 major Chaos God factions, the Thousand Sons are disciples of Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways. Heavily inspired by their Egyptian theming, the Legion themselves are slaves to the god of trickery and change. Most of them no longer even having a physical form, reduced to just dust, piloting suits of armor at the whim of a sorcerer leader. The Thousand Sons do not deserve their fate. There's a common joke that Magnus did nothing wrong. This is untrue. He has done much wrong. However, he is very sympathetic, mainly because the Space Wolves and Leman Russ sought to end their rivalry through the annihilation of their legion, escaping only through the assistance of the Changer of Ways, and forever changed because of it. Meanwhile, magic is their main tool. Take some Lovecraftian style abilities, the eyes everywhere, and potent spells to be cast at their foes, whether these are bolts of psychic lightning, reversing time itself, opening up portals to unreality, or changing the very fabric of the universe. The Thousand Sons sorcery knows no bounds.
They really
and
strong.
They are very good at it. If you're a fan of like wizards, your classic style of spellcaster, and you want a ton of them, combined with a tragic backstory and a Primarch who, like Mortarian, looks fucking baller, the Thousand Sons are for you.
He started with like you can cast some magic basic psychic stuff at people, then all of a sudden, then you can, time travel, open up dimensions. Hold on now, how do we get from summoning magic to just straight up time travel? How do we get there? I forgot to mention, I think the people I would play, or the Legion I would play, is maybe the White Scars, or I don't know, I can't remember the rest right now because a lot has happened. Well, definitely not the Night Lords. I'm not playing them.
You fucking asshole! There's no way. You're a fucking cheater.
You're such a sore loser.
You're a cheater. My dad works at Nintendo!
The Sons of Horus, or the Luna Wolves, or the Black Legion. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Horus, a warlord, a treasured friend, or the traitor himself. Single word descriptor, assault. The Sons of Horus are the formal name of Horus's legion, hailing from the world of Chthonium. The Sons of Horus themselves were assault troops. The strength of their attack was some of the most powerful in the legions. While the White Scars may favor speed for their strikes, the Sons of Horus were known for their overall offensive power. It was even said that if the Sons of Horus met the Imperial fists, they would be at a stalemate for eternity. However, the Sons of Horus are no longer, because, well,
chaos. Yeah. Wipe them out.
They're now instead the Black Legion, led by Abaddon the Despoiler, who claims to succeed where his father failed. The Black Legion are still an offensive and assault-based force, but they act much like the Ultramarines, but for chaos. Your standard black and brass
so they're the staple for the
who are known
chaos side.
for recruiting in all different kinds of avenues. Anyone can become a member of the Black Legion.
Anyone
can swear allegiance to the War Master. You gain favor by not just one, but all 4 gods equally. Their famous line, "Let the galaxy burn," is the best way to describe them. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. So long as the Imperium dies, the Black Legion has done its job. They are a legion formed from hatred and spite, with a clear goal in mind. As the Dark Gods are calling, and the Black Legion are sure to answer.
Hello.
Okay.
Have a moment to
All
talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
No.
It wasn't fucking optional!
The Word Bearers. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Lorgar Aurelian, a preacher, a fanatic.
A preacher? He sounds like a
boy. Single word descriptor, zeal. If the Black Legion answer the call of the Dark Gods, what if instead you decide to call the gods first? Well, then the Word Bearers are for you. The 17th Legion, led by Primarch Lorgar on the planet of Colchis.
Okay, thank goodness.
Originally
you monster.
with worshiping the Emperor of Mankind as a god, they found that despite his divinity, he was not worthy of worship because you know, he razed their equivalent of Jerusalem to the ground for daring to worship him. Like, could you imagine if God actually showed up and was just like, Jerusalem is stupid, it just destroyed the whole thing? Like, what would that do to your head? But there are gods that want worship.
See, I would understand why he would turn to the Dark Gods or Chaos Gods after that. I mean, I'll be kind of hard-pressed too after you just destroy my place because I try to worship you.
The Word Bearers are chaos worshippers to a T. All chaos gods. They specialize in demonic rituals, the summoning of demons, and the mutual possession of their own troops. They welcome demons to their bodies to fight as one. They exalt the dark gods themselves for aid, and guess what? They answer. In the world of 40K, Satan doesn't just call you back. He hops in his GT Mustang and he crashes on your couch. In the world of 40K, your rituals will end with genuine results. The Word Bearers know this. They know through sacrifices, through devotion, through dark baptism, the gods will answer and they will be rewarded. So they use it. They bring forth demons. They bring forth possessions. They bring forth the power of the Neverborn, the damned, and those that hide in the dark to bear against the Imperium. Lorgar sits there, smiling, as the truth he always knew, the existence of gods and the importance of faith is a reality. It is a tool he is using to rend the galaxy.
Interesting.
Madam.
Hey, the Salamanders!
Fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! Exclamation mark. Help me.
The Salamanders. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Vulcan, a forge master, a behemoth, a very huggy boy. Single word descriptor, fire. The Salamanders hail from Nocturne, a volcanic planet home to their Primarch Vulcan. They are the largest of the Space Marines, not due to numbers, but rather size. Vulcan, he is an enormous slab of beef. How tall is he? By far the largest of all. He is an enormous slab of beef. By
vocal? I feel like we heard about that name.
The largest of all the Primarchs.
Dear God, he's tall.
Don't let his size fool you, as he is also the kindest. Salamanders have the juxtaposition of looking frightening, being larger than other Marines, while also boasting an ashy, like coal color skin and blazing red eyes, while simultaneously carrying around all manner of flame weaponry. So your average civilian might be spooked, but in reality, they are by far the kindest of all the legions to those civilians. Vulcan believes that to safeguard the Imperium is to, at the end of the day, safeguard its people. So unlike other legions who put their lives far and above the average human, the Salamanders spend
helping kids. I see all the Salamanders. That's nice.
Them, often taking numerous losses by doing so. They are very independent as well. They're forgers and blacksmiths, maintaining their own weapons and crafting versions of it. They also have the very rare privilege of being able to see their families even after becoming a Space Marine. They
I'd rather be a salamander.
Which is the funny part, because the 7.5-foot tall giant with flaming red eyes who just reduced a traitor to bubbling metal says, "You have nothing to fear, young citizen. Take my hand." If you enjoy fire, melting things,
I like
and
fire.
being the nicer of the
using
Marines,
fire.
Salamanders are for you.
I like using fire. I don't like fire be used against me. I have some trauma against it in some games with fire. But using fire, I'm okay with. I like them. Salamanders, the first good Legion we have heard so far. Raven Guard. I heard about the Raven Guard.
Saga, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
The Raven Guard.
Avatar.
Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Corvus Corax. A Raven, a Shadow. An Industrial Dance DJ. Single word descriptor, Stealth. The Raven Guard are the final Loyalist Legion at 19 and hail from the planet Deliverance with Primarch Corvus Corax. If it hasn't been made clear enough already, the Raven Guard are stealth specialists and proficient in all manners of assassination.
I like
this, their signature winged jump pack and double lightning claw look is, well, not very stealthy. They are named after, of course, the Raven and embody the entire concept of it as a herald of death. They are stealthy, patient hunters that have no problem with waiting and waiting and waiting until the moment to strike is at hand. It's not easy being a stealth faction when your stealth involves people in 1 ton of power armor, but they find a way. That, more than anything, should not be used to show how ridiculous 40k is, even though it is, but rather to show how good the Raven Guard are at their jobs. It's not about them sneaking around you without being seen, but it's also about them having lied in wait for so long that it wasn't until they were in striking distance that you even realized they had been there. And also, if you want, edgelord Marines with a long black haircut, pale skin, ravens everywhere, if you want to field assassins and snipers abound, the Raven Guard are for you.
He could be in this very room.
Alpha Legion? It could be you. It could even be. Fantastic video right there.
It was obvious.
The Alpha Legion.
So spies?
Allegiance, Heretic.
Oh, because they even got the blue like the Ultramarines, but they're really a heretic. Oh, that's kind of clever. I like that.
Allegiance, Heretic.
I like that. That's pretty clever.
Primarch, Alfarius, and Omegon. Saboteurs, destabilizers, they're in your walls. Single word descriptor, espionage. Finally, the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, led by Alfarius and Omegon. The only Legion to have 2 Primarchs who were split as twins. The Alpha Legion are heretical, we think, and specialize in destabilization of society and armies. Their entire shtick is the Hydra, because when you cut off one head, 2 more take its place. All of the Alpha Legion look exactly like their Primarch. Olive skin, shaved head. All claim to be Alfarius. All are liars. They make the largest use of sleeper cells and cultists in the Chaos Space Marine faction.
I like that.
It's extremely easy to take over a planet when you
poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses.
Where the Raven Guard use stealth and sabotage to eliminate their enemies, the Alpha Legion prefer to weaken them over time with sleeper agents, impersonations, basically anything you can imagine from a hardcore spy movie or Cold War level espionage. Being Alfarius is not only an honor, being Alfarius is a requirement. There's a story of someone chasing down an Alpha Legion agent for years upon years, and when they finally catch up with them and they see that the agent is wearing the same face as their pursuer, because this was the plan all along, to kill him and take his spot. We're talking facial reconstruction surgery, we're talking hacking, we're talking political assassination and impersonation, everything. They are Space Marines in name only, because being a strong stoic warrior is not what the Alpha Legion is interested in. In fact, the Alpha Legion is interested in you not even knowing that the Alpha Legion is a thing. I am Alfarius. You are Alfarius. We are Alfarius in his Lord's glorious army. Thank you everyone so much for watching.
I like that one too.
Video. I hope you learned a little something. I hope that you were on the fence about what Space Marines you wanted to field. You would now have a better idea of what you want to play. Buy my Gamer Sub Shaker.
Buy the Gamer
It's
stuff.
on sale. It's on pre-order. It's ready to go.
It's not,
just get it. Just get it.
Probably not on sale anymore.
It's in the description. Just get it. And a huge thank you to all of my patrons over on patreon.com/Ricky and the members
Patreon.
on the YouTube channel. Your names are here. I thank you a ton. You are all very generous. And oh, I need to answer a question. Have you ever attempted to touch grass but end up touching the Destiny 2 loading screen? Oh, damn it. I just...
I know there's some stuff happening with
yeah.
Destiny. Oh, okay. I know there's some stuff happening with Destiny too that's like not good at the moment, but
obviously you're a skater.
That was fun. That was fun. I like that. I like that. Again, I don't remember all the names, like all the the Legion names or Legion leaders. Primarchs. I don't remember all the Primarchs, but it was a very enjoyable video. I learned a lot. The Night Lords, they're the scariest one I've heard so far. Very scary. Let's see if I can remember what happened in each of these chapters, like these Primarchs or Legions. Since this is already like a long video, I'll try to go through like the stuff I remember on these chapters. But first up, we got the Dark Angels, which I think the main thing, they're like paranoid, I believe. I think so. Next up, we got Emperor's Children, the 3rd Legion. I don't remember what they do. What do they do?
Primarch Fulgrim, a perfectionist.
Oh, it's this guy. It's the guy that's like, oh, look at this chastising guy, but he got turned to the dark side because of a a demonic sword when he fought Slanesh and became a Slanesh follower, and his entire legion did too. What was their stitch?
Single word descriptor: perfection. The Emperor's Children.
Oh yeah, perfection. They like to do some heinous things to people and all in the grand scheme of perfection. We are perfected people. We're perfection over here. Iron Warriors, they're traitorous people. I think their main thing was sieging. Yeah. 5th Legion, the White Scars. I didn't even mention there's a 2nd Legion, but there's no footage was found there. No one knows about the 2nd Legion. But yeah, White Scars, they're the speedsters of the group. Basically Sonic, not Sonic, but Mongolian. They're based off Mongolians, I think. Very fast people, very fast. Not heretics. Loyalists. Next up, we got the Space Wolves, Vikings, they ride wolves. Yeah. Next up, we got the Imperial Fish, which are like the defenders of the humanity. They like to build stuff. Yeah, defenders. The defenders. Next up, we got the Night Lords, which let me see. Are they heretics? I'm pretty sure they're heretics.
Allegiance, heretics.
Yeah, I knew it. Okay, yeah. Night Lords. They're the worst group. They're evil. They use gang people as Space Marines. They're just evil people. That's all you gotta know. And they do evil stuff all because it's fun. Everything's fun to them. Next up, we got Blood Angels. They're like vampires. I forgot what happens, but something in them is like they see Horus. It's like Horus is not there because he's been dead for the longest time. But it feels like they see Horus and they get mad with power or mad with anger. They just attack anything that looks like Horus in their minds. Next up, we got the Iron Hands, which they're not the Imperial Fist. What are the Iron Hands? What do they do? I forgot. Oh, they use bionics though. They like to use bionic equipment. They like the Abductus Mechanicus, where they like to use machine parts. They replace their machine parts. They don't like flesh. They really hate flesh. They're like, hey, you got flesh? I hate you. Next up, we got the 11th Legion. No footage was found there. Next up, we got the World Eaters, which I think they're the mad people. Yeah, they're the really mad people. Where Angron, yeah, that was the Primarch. Definitely a traitorous group. His only emotion he can have is pain, because if he has any other type of emotion, he feels extreme pain, which makes sense why he would be like converted to the Khorne side of the Chaos Gods, because he only experience pain. Next up, we got the Ultramarines, which is like the standard, like when you think of Space Marines, you think of the Ultramarines, the blue suit. They are good at everything. They're not bad at anything. They're good or great at everything. Next up, we got the Death Guards, which are heretics. They're like the Juggernauts of the group. They're like Juggernauts. They're slow moving, but since they're part of the Nurgle, basically influenced by Nurgle, they spread death, poison, chaos, destruction, yada yada. Next up, we got the Thousand Suns, who I don't remember. What do they do?
Primarch Magnus the Red, a scholar.
This is the magic people? Oh, these are the magic people, yeah. Tzeentch is the one they're influenced by. They just use magic a lot. That's basically to sum it up. Next, we got the Sons of Horus, which is definitely heretics. I think when you think of Ultramarines, you think of the Sons of Horus as like the counter to them. They're like the standard. You make sure.
But they act much like the Ultramarines, but for chaos.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I was trying to say. When you think of the Sons of Horus or the Black Legion, that's what they're called now. They're like Ultramarines, but on the Chaos side with their black armor. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I couldn't get the words out there. Next up, we got the World Bearers, which I don't know what they do actually. I forgot all about them.
Primarch, Lord.
Okay. The World Bearers are the ones that call the demons like, hey, come help us. Come, you can possess us. You can do whatever you want to us. We'll call you to help us instead of like them calling or the demons calling you. And the World Bearers, I think they can use like They can call it the 4 gods or the 4 chaos gods. So yeah, that's their thing. Next up we got Salamanders, best boys. They use fire, that's all you gotta know. They use fires, they're good people. They're really tall too. Goodish people, I guess you can say. Next up we got the Ravens Guard, which is the 19th Legion. Stealthy boys, I like them, stealthy boys. On the side of good. And the last one we got is the Alpha Legion, the 20th Legion, which is espionage. They like to use deceiving tactics, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Everyone is, what was the guy's name he said at the end? Alfarius? Alfarius, yeah. Everyone's Alfarius. You're Alfarius. I'm Alfarius. The whole world is Alfarius. Your neighbor's Alfarius. But yeah, that was the whole thing right there. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. Like that. If I were to ever play this game, which I don't think I would, I don't know, like the actual like tabletop version, I think I would try either Salamanders, the Alpha Legion, is that what they're called? The 20th one? The Alpha Legion, because they sound cool, they sound interesting, and maybe I would try the Sons of Horus or Black Legion, because they look cool. Oh, and maybe the White Scars too, because I just gotta go fast. And that's all the legions, or yeah, that's all the Space Marine legions. Yay. Now again, he mentioned that this is not like the sub-factions, this is just all of the main legions, the 20 legions, 18 legions. But this is great. This was great. I definitely learned a lot. I know which legions to look out for. Night Lord. Definitely the Night Lords. And the World Bearers. The World Bearers are crazy. World Eaters are also crazy. There's a lot of crazy legions in here. A lot of crazy legions. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here because I don't want this video to get too long. So hope you enjoyed my reaction and thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. Deuces everybody. That was a great video. We learned a lot today. Ooh, man, humanity is just bone. We are just bone. We over here fighting each other, and then we gotta worry about the other non-human factions out there. We're done. I don't know if we're gonna win this. We need the Emperor to come back now. I don't know how he's gonna come back, because he gotta heal himself, but he needs to come back now. Like, come on now.